Hey, kid and caboodles, it's me, Keisha, and I am here with my thoughts on Shannon Sharpe's interview with the comedian, actress, Oscar winning Monique. It was fantastic. That was a almost 3 hour interview that was great from beginning to end. Shannon Sharpe really is doing the dang on thing over there on his YouTube channel. Another great interview, and I liked that this time around. I felt like he was more prepared with his questions. They weren't so dumb and ill prepared like the Cat Williams interview. But Monique is just a truth sayer. I stand her, always have stand her. And I think that she has gotten a bad rap in the industry. But I feel like my spirit is telling me that she's going to get her just due. She's going to get her just due because you can't do wrong by people and think that you won't reap what you sow. And God wouldn't have her going through all of this for nothing. She's going to come out of this fine. She's going to come out of this just fine. But let's get into some of the topics that she talked about. So one of them was, surprisingly, but not surprisingly, Kevin Hart. She discussed how after, the Oscar situation, he reached out. He gave her a check to help with finances. She didn't ask. When she got back up on her feet financially, her and her husband paid it back with interest. He then said that he wanted to work with her, collaborate. She executive produced, he executive produced, and she already was working on bringing her talk show back at that time. And so she reached out to the production company telling them that, Kevin wants to get on board, this, that, and the third. She then hears back from the production company and they tell her that Kevin's people said that he doesn't want to have anything to do with her. She calls Kevin up. What's the tea? They saying you said this. He was like, absolutely not. I would never say anything like that. Let me talk to my people. Da, 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 da. She never heard back from him to this day. And a lot of people was like, wow, like that's crazy. Like that's wild. But when you're in the entertainment industry and being somebody that is moderately in the entertainment industry, and I've had instances like that myself with these industry folks, the wildest stuff that you would think that a person would never do, they do. They do. And that's why I 1000% believed every word that she said, because people will literally play in your face like this. Play in your face so disrespectfully and lie and string you along and sell you a dream for nothing. And it's just like, why fake it? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you doing all of this when that wasn't even necessary? And it's so unfortunate that we got to play these games with our white counterparts, and then we got to still playing with people that look just like us. So ridiculous. Then she got into the Tiffany Haddish of it all. Tiffany Haddish made a comment in a GQ interview about her not having a husband like Sydney, Monique's husband. She ain't got to worry about all that and some other crap she said. And baby Monique gathered her up real quick. Rolled her up like some toilet tissue to wipe her with. She was like, well, maybe if Tiffany had a husband like mine, you wouldn't have 2 DUIs. Maybe you wouldn't be involved in a case about you being a child predator if you had a husband like mine. And I was like, well. Whoa, 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 whoa. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Never gonna get it, never get it. Who's that? Child, I was like, ooh, Tiffany. You should have never said that. And I don't even understand why she said that. Like, it wasn't necessary. There was a cheap shot. Like, leave that woman and her husband alone. I know a lot of people have taken issue over the years with Monique and her marriage, but if they like it, I love it, child. At one point in their marriage, they did have an open marriage. And then they saw that did not work for them. Same thing with Ruby Dee and Ossie Davis. They did the same thing. It did not work for them after a while, so they went back being monogamous. Same thing with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. They had an open relationship where they were broken up and seeing other people. You know what I'm saying? Let people make their marriages what they want to make them, and stop being judgmental if they don't have a traditional relationship that you feel is a traditional relationship. You know what I'm saying? They have been together all these years. It's obvious that he loves her, and it's obvious that he wasn't there for the money or the fame, because when the money and the fame was gone, he was still there by her side. You know what I'm saying? So obviously there is a deep love and respect there on both parts. The Tyler Perry of it all, child. Ooh, Lord. I went on Tyler Perry's page literally today. No, not Tyler's. I went on Oprah's page. Let me go. As I'm doing this video right now, I'm about to go back on her and see if it's still the same way. But when I went on Oprah's page earlier this morning, she had her comments off. Yep, still do. Wrong way. See, she got her comments off. She got her comments off on all of her posts. Oprah has never had her comments off on all of her posts. Baby, she know about the interview. Of course she knows about it. It's being talked about everywhere as we speak. But she literally has her comments off on everything, on all of her posts. She ain't trying to hear y'all eat her up in them comment sections. But regardless, Miss Mama, you gonna have to rectify this. You and Tyler are going to have to rectify this. And I 1000% believe everything that Monique said, because she's been saying the same story for over 10 years. Nothing has ever been switched up. Nothing. And I'm be honest with you. I had this conversation with one of my girlfriends here. I've looked at Oprah sideways ever since the Harvey Weinstein of it all. How it so disheartened me and disappointed me and made me look at her in a whole new light when Michael Jackson was dead and gone, buried, been gone. And she had them white boys and did that special on the OWN network with Wade, the choreographer, who was a friend of Michael's when he was younger, and had them boys on there where they talking about he touched on them inappropriately. Now, mind you, Wade took the stand in that trial back in the day and said that man never touched me a day in his life. Then years later, you want to gain clout or whatever, and then come back and say that he was lying. He was lying to, whatever. And everybody was like, now, Oprah, first of all, we all knew that it was a lie. We all knew it was a lie. But baby, Oprah did not hesitate to have them boys on that show. She had like a 2-part special talking about it and everything. Michael been dead and gone. It was like, what is the point of this? He's not here to defend himself. And once again, we all knew it was a lie. And then, lo and behold, it came out a year or two later that there was concrete evidence that everything that these guys said was a lie. Never got a retraction, an apology to the family or anything from Oprah. And I'm looking like, well, you could do all of that. But then when the Harvey Weinstein situation happened and he was found out about with all the despicable, horrible things that he was doing in Hollywood, you never said a word. Because you was friends with him. Y'all did business with each other. But oh no, you ain't had nothing to say about this white man. Nothing. You had nothing to say when reports came out originally years ago that Oprah's name was on the Jeffrey Epstein flight list. Never heard anything from her. Never have said anything. And so this is what I take fault with. And then I watched a documentary about Oprah and the school that she has in Africa and all of the horrendous things that have happened to some of those girls over there. So once again, the stuff that happened with Monique, like I said, once again, 1000% believe everything that she say, because the people that you respect the most sometimes will be the people that let you down the most. And she deserves an apology for the way that y'all did her, because you, as a black woman who has had to fight for everything that you've gotten in this industry, you would think, like she said on the phone to Monique, allegedly, that I understand where you're coming from. I get it. But you didn't have that same energy in public when people would have respected what you had to say and would have been like, yep, you know what? You're right, Oprah. She shouldn't be made to do anything for free. But then you went along with this narrative, making it seem like she was difficult to work with, and you tried to talk to her and she hard-headed and all of this stuff. And then the most disrespectful thing of all, out of even all of that, is when you had that girl family on your show. I remember watching the episode and I was like, wow, that was dirty AF. Because if anybody would have did something like that to you, with your family, baby, we wouldn't have heard. And then from a person that has gone through what Monique went through with being in that way, you would think that you of all people would have empathy to not even do no crap like that. And like Monique said, it wasn't about her brother, because she said, go ahead, I just don't want to have nothing to do with it. But you had her mama, her daddy, her brother, her sister, the cat, the dog, the next door neighbor, everybody on that show. You were dead wrong. Dead wrong. Tyler Perry. Was that who I was talking about? Was I talking about Tyler? Yeah, I was supposed to have been talking about Tyler Perry, and I don't know how I got on Oprah, child. But yeah, Tyler Perry. The fact that this man is on audio admitting to the fact that he lied on her and still has yet to apologize and rectify the situation. Child, you can't make this type of stuff up. And what was even more fascinating is that this big, almost 300-pound, muscle-bound black man was too scared, and I'm talking about Shannon Sharpe, to even admit that, yeah, he was wrong. I heard it. He didn't even want to say it in the beginning. He didn't even want to say that, yeah, he lied. Like, and this is what Monique was talking about. People are so afraid to tell the truth because they're afraid of what's going to happen to their career and all of this type of stuff. We walking around on tippy toes like we Kunta Kinte. Nah, that got to stop. And I get it, because I've been in that predicament in my own career, dealing with the literary industry, honey, and the games that people play. People will really play in your face and try to belittle your accolades, what you've done. They'll try to pay you less than what you deserve. I just went through something like that recently. So, Tyler Perry, you are so wrong. It ain't even funny. And if she released that audio to the public, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, brother? When Hulkamania comes for you, like get that lady what you owe her, because you did ruin her career with that lie. Because that has been the only narrative about Monique over the last 10 years, is that she's quote unquote difficult to work with. Never heard that about her before that incident happened. And then for you to admit on audio that you lied, because you weren't expecting for her to be recording that conversation, you dodo brain, and you still won't make the situation right. Pay like you weigh and get that lady her money. You giving her 10 mil, that ain't nothing to you. That's a tax write-off. You're a billionaire. Get that lady what you owe her. Give her what you owe her, because you helped ruin that lady's career. You helped tarnish her image. And the world followed that lie and that narrative about her. And it has been a black cloud over her and a scarlet letter on her chest since then. And it's not right. And for a black man, which is not surprising, to do that to a black woman, not surprising, is so trifling. But you want to dress up like a woman every chance you get. Lee Daniels, so happy that he did come forward and rectify the situation. I'm happy that they have bonded again and fixed their relationship, and that he publicly apologized and privately apologized, as he should, and delivered her with a job opportunity. So happy to see that he at least stepped up to make things right. It took a minute, but at least he did it. Will Packer. I remember when she did the Almost Christmas movie and that whole situation with the trailers happened, and nobody cared at that time. Nobody cared. I remember when she posted that back then, because Will Packer then tried to say that she was hard to work with. Once again, people was like, here she go complaining again. I remember that. Nobody cared that this happened. But now, years later, when Taraji complained about the trailers they were in while filming The Color Purple were infested, now everybody want to be on the bandwagon. It's like when it's one person standing by themselves and telling the truth, don't nobody want to listen. But then when other people start chiming in, oh, now it got to be true. Why you just can't believe a black woman, period, when she's telling you the truth? Why do we have to fight tooth and nail to be seen and to be heard, to be acknowledged? It's craziness to me. And I really hope and pray, because she spoke on Taraji a lot, that Taraji does not take anything that she said in that interview offensively, because that you can tell that was not her intentions. What she was trying to convey when it came to Taraji was, I see you, I hear you, and I know what you're going through. I've been there. And I wish you would have listened to me then when she said that she had the conversation with Taraji. But everybody ain't in the space to be on the same level as you are. So you have to let people grow and go through things. But now she sees it. And I hope and pray that they can have a conversation privately, because I don't want there to be no beef between these ladies, because it doesn't need to be. Now, who she do need to be having beef with, Taraji, is Vivica Fox, because I've been seeing she been saying some little shady stuff, but we're going to do another video on that. But you can tell that there was genuine concern when it came to Taraji and the way that them people were treated on set. And I literally just had a conversation with another girlfriend of mine about the Taraji Oprah incident. And at first I was saying to her, I was like, I don't think there's no beef between them at all. And, you know, it was because of that picture that they took at the Empire State Building and all of that stuff. But then once I was listening to Monique and then just got to replaying a lot of the press during the Color Purple run, I was like, why did they have to go through all that where Taraji had to be the spokesperson for the cast to call Oprah about not having drivers to come pick them up, not having food, being in infested trailers and all of this? Like, what is happening here? What is happening here? Because let that been Julia Roberts, never in a million years would them people have been treated like that. Never. Absolutely never. And it's sad that somebody that's your own race would play in these people's face like that. Play in these people's faces. And I get what Monique was saying about Taraji. If she was offered the part, why did she have to audition? Because if it was anybody else of a white complexion, they would never. And I 100% agree with her when she said as soon as Taraji auditioned, that's when she took all of her power away. And that is factual. DL Hughley. I haven't watched the videos of his response. I saw people saying he was being real disrespectful, calling her fat and all types of stuff, which the fat part, okay, ooh wee, she's fat. That ain't got nothing to do with what she was saying. So I don't even really want to speak too much on that because I haven't heard what he said, and I like to give fair assessments. The Parkers, get them people they residuals. Get them people they royalties and stop playing with these people and get these people their money. Give them people their money. The Parkers still come on today. Get them people their money. And it's so sad that they got to go through all of this to get what they're owed. I'm literally going through stuff like this in my own life with my books. Where people playing in my face, so I get it. Like, you work so hard, and then for somebody to try to tell you, well, oh, you didn't make that much money. And you know verbatim that you did. Girl, it was sad to hear that she doesn't have a relationship with her older son because of her not being present when he was younger. It's really sad. She said that she's tried to make amends, and, you know, she's just letting it be at this point. Like, she's done what she can do. But I feel like I don't feel like, this is just me personally. If it was my son, I would never give up. I would never stop calling. I'll call you every day. I'm going to pop up even when you don't want to see me because I want you to know how much I apologize for not being there then. You know what I'm saying? But I respect that. That's her family. Her husband, Sydney, like I said earlier, I think that the public has gotten their relationship misconstrued. And like I said, what works for them works for them. It may not work for you. You know, a lot of people over the years, like, he shouldn't be involved in her business. I might have even said it in the past too, but I've grown and I've matured. And I think that it is poignant that she pointed out that, yes, I'm going to have my black husband stand by my side as my protector, as he should be. Why should she have to fight this battle alone when she got a husband standing right there next to her? And now that I'm a grown woman, I fully get it. That he is a man of principle, standing on business and saying, ain't nobody about to play with mine. Get over on mine. I'm riding till the wheels fall off with this woman. And I think that most people don't get it because they've never experienced it. Catch. So I applaud you, Sydney. I applaud you and Monique and your marriage and your union that you have with each other. And keep standing by her because she deserves everything good that comes to her. She really honestly does. And I pray that more opportunities come her way, which I think that they will. I was happy when 50 Cent reached out and had her on BMF. Hopefully she can get her own show, a spinoff or something, because I want to see Monique back on my television screen weekly. She's a phenomenal actress and comedian. She's gorgeous. She's well-spoken, articulate, thoughtful. And when she says, I care about us, she really does care about us. And we don't have many people that care about us. We don't have the Sidney Poitiers and the Harry Belafontes and, like I said, the Ossie Davis and Ruby Dees anymore in this generation. But she's one of them. She's one of them. And we need more people like her that will stand up for right and speak the truth. Because there's so many of us that are afraid because we don't want opportunities taken away. We don't want to be blackballed. And we're so dependent still on white people, white companies, white execs to give us opportunities instead of banding together and creating opportunities for our own self. There is no reason why shows like Rap-ish and all the other shows that have gotten canceled here lately. Tyler Perry got a whole studio in Atlanta. Them shows getting canceled, why aren't you picking them up? You have a whole studio lot where these shows could continue to have space to be brought to television. Instead of you buying BET, why don't you create a network of your own? You have the resources. Why is it that Tyler Perry Studios, even though they allow other companies to come in and film there, but why isn't Tyler Perry Studios giving the Issa Raes, the people like myself, the Lena Waifs and all the other people studio deals to create in those spaces? Create an app where we can go and watch content like on Peacock, Netflix. Why isn't things like this happening when you have the resources? Oprah has the resources. The other guy that on the Weather Channel that's trying to buy another network. Them networks. Create your own. The resources are there. So we don't have to continue to rely on the HBOs, the Showtimes, and Cinemax and Stars and all of that. Create your own. I would love to see even 50 Cent create your own G-Unit app where your future shows can be on that app and you make all the residuals instead of trying to ink these deals with these white companies. And if anybody out there know 50 Cent, please tell him about me. Please, if anybody has any connection to 50 Cent, please tell him about me, because I am so trying to get my book series Dream to him, because I know that this will be a hit television show unlike anything else. So if any of y'all got any connection to this man, please make the connection for me. Please, I am begging you, because I have the content that I want you guys to see. And I have been working diligently behind the scenes to make this stuff happen. But it's hard work, you guys. It is hard work. But that's my thought on the Monique interview. It was a fantastic interview. I loved every second of it. I'm 9 times out of 10 going to watch it again. But I love you guys. And y'all let me know what y'all thought about the interview down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.